God. But because of tradition, this is what happened. In chapter 17 of the book of Numbers, the people were contending with Aaron, with the leadership. And God said, for me to silence them once and for all, I want every tribe to bring a rod and lay it before me overnight. So they brought 12 rods, and they laid those rods before the God of Israel overnight in the tabernacle. When they woke up in the following morning, every rod was exactly the way it was, except the rod of Aaron. The rod of Aaron budded, blossomed, and bring out almond. And God said, show this to the people. Now they know who is my anointed one. It is Aaron. And let all the criticism cease. So now when they came to God with this problem, remember, before God made you, God made your purpose in life. David said, before you formed me, you already ordained my days. And my days are written in a book. And the volume of that book is greater than the number of the number of grain of sand on the seashore. That means the plan of God for your life is so intricate, is so detailed. So in God there is no accident. So what God did is that Moses had a rod. The rod he had in Egypt, he used it to kill a man. He escaped into the wilderness. That same rod, he used it to rear sheep. When he met God, he was complaining to God that I cannot do what you are asking me to do. God said, what is that in your hand? He said, it's a rod. God said, put it down. He put it down. When he put it down, he turned into a snake. Before I rush through that, let me explain to you. There's a gift and calling of God in your life now. Amen. That people are criticizing. The best example I can use is that of Joyce Meyer. I always said, I'm sure when she was young, everybody tell her she sounds like a man, that she doesn't have a bedroom voice. It is that same voice that God is using to bless her and others today. What gift do you have in your hand that look like a snake to you? That when people tell you you can sing, you say, oh, you should have heard my mama or my auntie. We're not talking about your mama or your auntie. We're talking about you being a good singer. Embrace the gift and calling of God in your life. So he has this rod, which is the gift of God for him. He put it on the ground. He turned into a snake. He ran away. God said, grab it by the tail. He grabbed it by the tail. From that moment onward, it became what is known as the rod of God. With that rod, he did miracles in Egypt. I'm going somewhere, and I want you to listen very well. That became the symbol of God to him. He did mighty miracles using that rod. It was that rod he stretched over the Red Sea and parted way. He got accustomed to that rod as the symbol of God. But God is a God of transition. God is a God of evolution. Amen. The way God, I tell you, if you deal with your 15-year-old son, the way you used to deal with him when he was 5, he can't wait to get out of your house. You will lose him. You need to let the way you deal with your kid evolves. They are still your kids. I tell my son, I say, I'm not your friend. I'm your daddy. They say, oh, my wife was asking them the other day, saying, does dad spend enough time with you? They said, no. Then he asked them, what do you want him to do? Say, play video games with us, go outside and run with us. I said, look, I wasn't brought up with cartoon in Nigeria, so I'm not going to sit down and watch Butthead with you. I don't know how to play video games, and I'm not interested in video games. I'll buy it for you, enjoy it. I love you, and you just have to take it the way I am. So I'm not their friend, I'm their daddy. I cannot be arguing with my son when I say go to bed, and he's asking why. But the time will come when he's 21 and 22, when we become friends. When he will discuss with me his plans. But you know I'm his daddy and I'm accessible to him. So God's way of dealing with us evolved with time. So here is God bringing Moses, using the symbol of authority, the rod in his hand. But this time, God want to change the way he deal with us. So God now tell him, that rod, you will no longer need it anymore. And remember we said, if you have a problem, and God has made that kind of problem in the past, use that as a reference point to tell the enemy, then we check this out. 2 years ago, you came at me this way, you said I will not make it. Am I not still here? Yeah. God did it then, God is going to do this. Amen. This same problem of water, I said there was a water that was bitter. That was not the only place. There's another place, I believe, maybe chapter 18 of the book of Exodus. They didn't have water. Book of Numbers. They didn't have water. They were complaining. God said, Moses, go ahead of the people with your rod. The same rod that is called the rod of God. Strike the rock that is ahead of you, and water will come out. And God did that. So this is actually the third time they are complaining about water. The previous 2 times God made that need. So now God want to change his system of operation. What is God telling you to change? What is God telling you that if you do it differently, the result will be different? Do you know the simplest definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result? How can you be doing what you've been doing and expect to get a different result? So here is the man. When he confronted this problem of no water for the 3rd time, God said, it's time to elevate. It's time to move to the next level. And God said, no longer will you be using the rod. But since you are comfortable with the rod, I want you to take it as your symbol of authority. He said to Moses, the rod that is called the rod of God, that's not the one you will use now. Leave that in your tent. So go before the ark of the covenant. Take that rod that was in the presence of God, the rod of Aaron that budded, take it with you. Because some of us, they will tell you there's something that is called our comfort zone. That actually they will tell you on the day of the game, these are the rituals I go through. I must eat pasta at so time. I must sleep at so time. So God knows what makes Moses comfortable. So he said, you are used to the symbol of authority of the rod. So go and grab the rod from my presence. And the Bible said, he went and took the rod. And now goes before God, before the people, to the rock. And this is where it is crucial. They said so many people die from secondhand smoking. Be careful who you are attached to.